I'm going to share my screen with you and let's jot down what we'll be covering in today's session. Divya ma'am, do let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Can anybody reply? So you're unable to hear me. I'll just check my settings. Can you hear me now? Yes, Sonali ma'am. Can you hear me? So yes, sir. Yes, okay. Thank you so much. So yesterday we did match. We did VLOOKUP. We did VLOOKUP basic. I think most of you were not there with us in the last session. So, but today we are going to start with a very new topic, which is match index, and conditional formatting. So these are the 4 topics which we'll be covering in today's session. I'll just write down the topics we'll be covering in today's session would be coming here, we'll cover match, we'll cover index, then we'll club both match and index, and then we'll see conditional formatting. So I'm assuming that you all know how to validate a cell using data validation. And I assume you know how to apply filters on the data. Yes? Can anybody be live with me so that it helps me to know that we are on the same page? Can anyone from you, Divya ma'am, Sonali ma'am, anyone from you can be live with me? So you can practice along, ma'am. May I have one of you to be there with me all the time? Unmute yourself. Tejas sir, Vaibhav sir, help me.
Yes, ma'am.
Divya ma'am, yes, thank you so much. Divya ma'am, you was there with us yesterday? No.
Yes, ma'am.
You was there.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, Divya ma'am. Be live with me, unmute yourself and be there with me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Divya ma'am, you all did match with me yesterday. So what a match does, Divya ma'am, it gives me the position of what I'm searching in the selected data. Correct, ma'am? What do you mean by selected data? That means the data I have selected in that selected range where my data is present, at which position my data is present. Yes, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm giving a small example to the one who did not attend yesterday's session so that you can catch up on what you have missed. So I'm writing the small. So I've written Parneet, I have written Ashwini, Kiara, and say Ajay. Okay, Divya ma'am. So what we are
Yes,
searching out for is, suppose I want to see where Kiara is present in my data. That means I want to know the location of Kiara in my data. I'll go with which function, ma'am? Match. So what the lookup value? Lookup value means what you are searching. So I'll say I'm searching Kiara. And what is the lookup array, Divya ma'am?
the name, the full table, no?
The full column where you are searching, correct, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, and the match type is?
Exact match.
Yeah, for exact match, what you'll write, ma'am?
0.
Perfect, Divya ma'am, very good. So Kiara is present at third position in my selected data, from where I made the selection from Prateek till Ajay, correct?
Yes.
If I have to give the number, what I'll say, Praneet is at number 1, Ashwini 2, 3 and 4. And this is what the number Excel is giving me, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So match always returns the position of what you are searching in the selected range. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what an index does? So match always returns you position of value. Correct? I just highlighted. This is okay. Now, what an index does? Index returns you a value at that particular position. What an index does, it returns you the value present in that cell at that particular position. Now, if I say a simple index, okay, now what are you going to return from this data? I am going to return the third value. I will skip the column number. Why? Because I have selected only one column. I'll close the bracket, I'll press enter. So let's understand what an index does. If I write is equal to index, what are the lookup values? Let's write it. So the first thing he asked for is an array. Next is the row number. And the next is the column number. Yes, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So index formula demands for the lookup values. That is, first thing he asked for is the array where you are looking. Row number, which row number of your data are you looking out for? And then it's the column number. On the very first day of this training session, I explained something called cell address, if you remember, all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a cell address?
The particular cell, like for example, H6 like that.
Yeah, so I'll write H6. So it is the intersection of column name and row number, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Yeah.
Correct? It is intersection of column name and row number. Yes, ma'am? Now
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
highlight this cell H6. Okay, ma'am? Now,
Yeah, ma'am.
what is present in H6 is something written called cell address, correct?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
I'll write your name, Divya ma'am. Okay? If I say Excel, give me what is in H9, what you will give, ma'am?
Divya.
H. Correct.
X. Yeah.
That will be is equal to Divya. Correct, ma'am? Why?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
in H9, what is present? Divya. This is the job of index, that to go in a particular column, go in a particular row where that both intersects, give me that value.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it, ma'am.
That is the job of an index, that go and look into a column and the row where both are intersecting, give me that value. That is the job of index. Now for index, how many things you need, Divya ma'am? If you see, I needed a column name, correct? And I needed a row number.
Yeah.
So this is the column number stands for which column number you want from your selected data. Correct? Now I'll give you one simple example. I'm taking a small data so that you understand what index does. I'll say for name, my name, I'll take Divya ma'am, your name, okay?
Yes.
And I will take our January, February sales, let's say. In January, I did 10,000, ma'am. In February, I did 12,000, let's say. And Divya ma'am did 20,000 and 30,000. Yes, ma'am? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
I am looking out for Divya's Feb sales. What will be your answer, ma'am?
30,000.
30,000, correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
How you're getting this answer? First, you went to Divya, then you went to column Feb. This is how you figured out. Now, this
Yeah.
is now same way, Excel will also figure out the same way. Let's write a simple index for the name Divya. Okay, and the month Feb, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is equal to index, I'm writing.
Index.
Okay,
Array.
Array is a complete data.
Complete.
Correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Comma. Now, which row number you're looking out for? Is Divya?
Divya.
Now, in my selected range, which starts from the month name, then Parneet, then Divya. Divya is falling at which row number? She's falling at third.
Third.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the column number Feb. Feb is falling in which column?
Third. Empty now, ma'am. 1, 2, third.
Correct, ma'am. First column is this one, second column is this one, and the third column is this one. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will write column number is also 3. I'll close the bracket. That means what you are saying, Divya ma'am, you are saying go to row number 3. I'll make it green. You went to row number 3 like this, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you went to column number 3rd. That means you went here. Now, where both the lines are getting intersected, ma'am?
Yeah, 30,000.
Correct. So the answer will be 30,000. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you see what we did manually here? We calculated manually, correct? I told you that you tell me, I asked you that you tell me, ma'am, which row is Divya falling in? You counted like 1, then 2, then 3. I want Excel to do this task, that you go and count which row is Divya. How will you do that? Now, I want...
Position match.
Yeah, I want a position, and for that I will use match. Will you help me writing a match? So first of all, you will say match, correct?
Yes.
I'll close the bracket. Who you want to match? You want to match?
Divya.
Correct. What is a lookup array?
The table.
Whole table or
Table.
only the first column, ma'am?
First column.
Perfect. Not all table. Where you can accomplish the task selecting one column, you will go always for one column, ma'am. You will never select a data. You will only select a data when you are searching out from the whole data.
Okay.
Now, names only you will find in the first column. So there is no need to select a complete data. Okay, comma. What would be the match type? Sorry.
0.
That means Divya is at row number 3, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If I change the name to Parneet, Divya ma'am, what answer should I get?
2.
Perfect. Am I getting the correct answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Half of the job is done. Now, this gives me the row number, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now interested in the column. Which column? I'm interested in the column number. How will you find one column number? Again, you will write match. Yes, Divya ma'am?
Lookup. Feb. You have
Oh,
to select.
Feb. What you will select as a lookup array?
January, February.
How? Only
Row.
January, February, or selecting from the...
Yeah, from empty to Feb.
Perfect. Then comma 0, close the bracket. Now, if I change the month to January, what I'll get, ma'am? Am I getting the correct answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what I want index always at these particular locations. I want index
Index.
from my data. Why? Because the information is given by a complete table. This is why I'm selecting a complete table, or I can select this particular also.
Okay.
Why? Because every time my data is in these 4 cells, correct? Or
Yes,
you can select this complete. Comma. Now, what is the row number you're looking out for is this. What is the column number is this.
yes.
You close the bracket, press enter. Now you change the name and your result will get changed. Divya in January has given me 20,000. Divya in February has given me 30,000. Is it dynamic now?
Sorry, ma'am.
This is dynamic. This is automatic, correct?
Yes, yes.
You are only changing the data, and the values you are getting are changing based on that selected value. Correct,
Yes,
ma'am?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Should I give you an exercise to perform the task?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Come to the sheet index. You all have sheets. You all have a worksheet with you. Come to the sheet index. You get the sheet, Divya ma'am? You have the sheet on your system?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In the sheet, if you see, you all have a data in the rows you have the sizes, and in the columns you have the zones, correct? You have sizes in the rows and you have zones in the columns. Now suppose, Divya ma'am, I want this cell to get validated by the sizes I have in my data. How will you do data validation? All of you do the data validation for size in cell D9. Data validation in cell D9 for available sizes. All of you. And share the screenshot once you are done. I'm giving you 5 minutes to do the data validation in cell D9 for the sizes that are available with you in the data, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A quick thumbs up once you are done. A quick yes in the chat box if you are done with the data validation.
Okay, sir. No issue. No class reading na. Oh.
I'm waiting for your responses.
Sir, நான் உங்களுக்கு சொன்னேன் சார் இங்க மறுபடியும் சார் அதுதான் சார் நான் சொன்னதுதான் சார் உங்களுக்கு
Sonali ma'am, you're there with me.
நீங்க செல்லுக்கு போயிட்டீங்கன்னா பிரச்சனை இல்லை சார்.
Vaibhav sir, you're there with us.
அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது சார். சார் இங்க அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது சார். நீங்க பொறுத்த வரையும் சார் இப்போ போயிட்டீங்கன்னா நீங்க 12 months வச்சுக்கலாம் சார். உங்களுக்கு 12 monthலாம் உங்களுக்கு நான் பட்ஜெட் சொல்லி தருகிறேன். இப்போ நீங்க அது ஒரு
Perfect. Vaibhav sir, thank you so much.
14 months ஆகும்ல.
So how will you validate? You'll go to data.
For example, 12 months தான் உங்களுக்கு
Go to data validation.
ஆன்மோட போயிட்டு நீங்க 2 months எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வாங்கிட்டீங்க. சப்போஸ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றேன் 2 months எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வாங்கிட்டீங்க. 14 months வருதுல.
You'll go to list and in the source you will select this particular.
For example தான் சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு.
So Nari ma'am, can you mute yourself? It's
அதான் 90 months சார். இப்போ 90 months வச்சுக்கோங்க. 90 months வயசு உங்க ஆஃப் பண்ணுறேன். 90 months வயசு ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க 2 months எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஒரு
Yeah. So you'll go to data validation. In allow, you will select a list and you will select the source from. I'll again select the source for you. That are the available sizes with us, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you will select OK and you will validate the sizes. The same way you have to validate the zone in cell D10. Validate the cell D10 with the zones given to you.
But price is not coming, madam.
It will come. Just zone you're done, ma'am. Data validation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll do it once. I'll do data validation. Again, select the list, okay, and you will select the source, selecting this part. I'll say okay. Now you select this, okay? Now is equal to index you will use. Why? Because you are looking out for a value, correct, ma'am? I'll select the array, which is nothing but this yellow part, comma, my row number is given by the size and my column number is given by the zone. I'll close the bracket, I'll press enter. Now third, suppose I go for third row, which is this row. My fourth column is this one. That means where it is getting intersected this particular value, which is 24.49. Anyone has a doubt in this? Do let me know if anybody has any doubt in match and index.
Now clear, ma'am.
Clear, no?
Amla.
Okay. Yes, a quick yes in the chat box who are done with the price 24.49. Do share a screenshot once you are done. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, I'll move ahead. Now, Divya ma'am, here you have the same problem, which is shipping cost, where the size has been given to you, shipping zone has been given to you, but this time you have to write one formula here for index, and you want that formula to work for the rest of the rows. How will you do that now? Here, what we were doing, we were getting the answer in one fixed cell, which was D11, correct? Here, what we are doing, we are writing one formula, which is in cell O2, but you want that formula to work for the rest of the rows in that particular column. How will you do that? For that, you need to do absolute referencing, ma'am. Write the formula for first cell and then hit this sign and double click, you will get for the rest. If you get a problem, do let me know. If you could solve it, then it's good and good to go. Can we do it, Divya ma'am? You'll write the index formula for this particular cell, which is O2, and you want that formula to work for the rest of rows. Divya ma'am, try it. I'm there with you. If you have any doubt, do let me know. We'll do it together. Is equal to index. You will select the data, which is in the yellow. You will select the row number. Row numbers are coming from the sizes, and the column number are coming from the zones. We'll close the bracket and press enter. But the time I double click, I'm getting an error. Why? For that, you have to log what data now. What you will log.
Numbers, no, ma'am.
Which numbers you will log? I want one answer from you, okay, Divya ma'am? Okay. If I'm searching for this particular item, I'm highlighting this item, Divya ma'am. Okay. This particular item I'm highlighting. For this item, which is 406B92, that means the size is 55. Correct, ma'am? That means you are getting this. 37.79. Correct, ma'am? Where you searched? Can I say you searched in the yellow part? Yes or no? You are always searching your data in this yellow part. True or false? True. Correct? Now name this yellow part. That starts from which cell, ma'am? C3? And what is the end cell? It is J7, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I come to next row, ma'am, if I come to next row, I'm highlighting it with purple. Okay. Now you're at next row, ma'am, which is 1, 3. That means the size is 1 and the column is third. That means 15.29. Now answer a simple question, Divya ma'am. Where you went and searched in C3 to J7 or somewhere else? Where you went and searched your answer. 17.59 is still in that range. That means every time for every row, you are going to this yellow part and you are searching. Correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That means every time it should be C3 to J7 for each and every single row. Correct?
Yes.
You doesn't want Excel to alter it no matter what. Correct, ma'am? Now
Yes,
you
madam.
now you see where you write the formula. C3 to J7 you are looking up. Correct?
Yes.
By the time I go to second row, can you see what it becomes from C3 to J7? It becomes C4 to J8, correct? Which is
Yes.
wrong. Correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. So we need to dollar symbol before.
Correct. So you will log this complete range using F4. The time you do it and you hit the double icon, you will get.
Okay.
கொஞ்சம் வாட்ஸ்அப்ல இது லாகின் செகண்ட் ஆஃப் சாவி வந்து பண்ணுவாங்க.
Did you get the answer?
ஆமா ஆமா அது பாருங்க.
Yes, participants, any doubt in index and match? Any doubt, anyone in the chat box, if anybody has a doubt or want to repeat, want me to repeat the match or index quickly in the chat box. Otherwise, I'll go ahead with match and index. I'll club match and index. Okay, Divya ma'am. We are going ahead with match and index. Now here what we did, Divya ma'am, we first found the match, then we through match we got the row number, then we did match for the column number, and then we did the index. That means to get a value, we had to run 3 different formulas. One for row number, one for column number, and one for the data. Can we do it? Can we automate, or can we drill down little more, or can we write this 3 formulas in one single formula? So for that, you need to understand match and index together. How you club match and index to shorten the formula. Okay. So Divya ma'am, what you have to do in this exercise is, first of all, ma'am, validate for month and for type. First, validate the cell F17 for month and F18 for type, and then I will tell you how you will get the sales. All of you, first validate the cell F17 with the months given to you. For that, we'll go to data validation. I'll select the list, and the source of list is coming from here. Say okay. Now the months are coming out to be. Now the next cell is F18, which is for the type. I'll validate this cell again. I'll go to data validation. I'll select the list again. The source is going to be the first row. I'll say okay. Yes, Divya ma'am. First, let's do it separately and then we'll combine. First, let's do it separately. Now, what do you mean by separately, Divya, 'ma'am? 'Ma'am, 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 Now, suppose give me the sales for March DVD drives. What will be the answer?
వీటికి ఒక్కడా కదా
March
మాట్లాడేది?
4,265.
How did you get that? How will you get that in Excel?
అసలు మనకి నుంచి.
Sorry, ma'am.
How will you get that in Excel? What formula you will write? How will you get
Index.
లాస్ట్ కంపెనీ ఎక్కడ సార్ వీషిపా
that? Only index will get you.
అరుణ్ సార్ చెన్నై బ్రాంచ్ నుంచి మాట్లాడుతున్నా చెన్నై బ్రాంచ్ 4 మంత్
See, is equal to index.
మాకేం సార్ మనకి
Where is the array? This one or this one? Correct?
Yeah, ma'am.
Now you tell me what is the rule?
ఇంజనీర్ కదా నువ్వు పెడుతున్నావు లేదు లేదు సిఓసి నీ దగ్గర ఉంది కదా
First, we have to fix position, no, ma'am.
Correct. How will you fix that?
8 అంకెలు సార్ 5 అంకెలు కదా
Position.
Which formula you will use to find position?
ఇది ఒక ఎంత మంది
Match.
Perfect. You'll go with match again. What do you want?
Okay.
March. Where you want your correct?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
selecting this. Selecting this, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Comma. What is the match type? 0.
0.
Match third row.
మనకి నేను కూడా తెలుగుదే
And similarly, you will match for DVD drives, correct?
Yeah.
DVD drives, and you will match it here. Yes. Now you will apply the index. Coming here, you will write again index. You will select the array, which is this part. You have the row number. You have the column number. You will close the bracket and you will press enter. So March DVD drives is 4,265. Again, we broke the formula in 3 sections. First, we find the row number, then we found the column number, then we went and found the index. But I wanted to club all of them together in one formula. How will I do that? Instead, I will start writing from index. Read carefully. I am going to array, that means where you are searching your data is going to be this array, comma. For the row number, I used match. So instead of going in different cell and writing the formula, I'll write it inside the formula. Now the row number, who is giving me the row number? Your month is giving me the row number. So my lookup value will be my selected month, and where you're going to search it in your months. And the match type would be 0. This is going to give you the row number. Now read the third argument, which is going to be your column number. So I'll again write a match. Now this time my lookup value is coming from the type I am looking out the sales for. So this is going to be your DVD drives. Where you will go and find this is in this part, comma, the match type would be 0. I'll close the bracket, I'll close the bracket, I'll press enter. Now, no matter whatever month I select, my formula is that. If I select for flash drives, it's going to give me the. One is you achieve it by breaking it. First, you'll calculate row number. I'll just make it colorful. So here you find the row number. Here you found the column number. And here you found the result using index. But one formula is this, where I use index and match together in one formula. Whatever you feel comfortable with, you go ahead with the formula. This is how you achieve match and index together. Any doubt in match and index together? Anybody, any doubt? I want you to try this on your sheets. It will take some time. Take 5 to 7 minutes and please do it on your sheets. First, break the formula get the results, and then go for this formula where you have put match and index together. I want all of you to try on your sheets and do let me know in the chat box. Share the screenshots. Yes, Vaibhav, so you're there with us. That means only Divya ma'am is there with me. Tejas sir is not there. User 415 is not there with us. 486 is not there with us. Vaibhav sir is not there with us. Yes, Divya ma'am. You're trying?
Yes, ma'am. Trying.
Okay, okay, do try. Do let me know when you are done, Divya ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Got it? Both
Yes,
together
ma'am.
also you got it?
Yeah, like match and index. I'll share you the formula.
Okay, okay. Now, Divya, there's one more exercise on the same sheet. If you scroll to the right, you see another exercise where you have a data, this data I'm talking about. I will give it a border. Okay, this is the data with you. Now, what I need, what I want is I want the name of the person. Now, I wanted to achieve it both the ways. First of all, you will find the index of this person. That means where that person is present in your data. That means position of this particular serial number in the data. And then to index, sorry, this is going to be your match and this is going to be your index, correct? So what I want from you is, first of all, you'll figure out where that particular serial number is present in your data through match. And then with the help of index, you will give me the name of that person. This is when you are breaking down in match and index. And one, I want here for the department where you will apply match and index together. Will you try it? And do let me know if you doesn't get. Divya, I'll wait for you. Do let me know if you're stuck with something. If you have any doubt, do let me know. Index match, perfect, perfect. The formula is absolutely correct. First of all, you have to find the match. Then with the index, you have to find the name. And then with match and index together, you have to find the department.
Ma'am, in my Excel sheet not showing this data, ma'am. I think it's different data,
So if you have to scroll on right,
right?
you might not get in the same formatting, but the data is there with you on sheet. See, on scroll on the right, the sheet is match and index. You got the data, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go. Did you get the first part, which is match? So what formula you have applied here, Divya ma'am?
Ma'am, 2 minutes, ma'am. I'm trying.
Okay, do try. I'm waiting. It's okay. Where are the other participants, Divya ma'am? Why they're not with us? Are they busy with some sort of meeting or something?
Ma'am, can you try on your sheet, ma'am? I'll tell you.
Okay, it's not working on yours.
No, it's working, but while while using Excel, that time it's not showing.
Okay, fine, let's
Yeah.
do. Is equal to what you applied here.
Match, like a
Perfect.
lookup value. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Lookup
lookup
value.
will be,
Answer is 10. I got it.
so this is there, correct? This is a
Yeah.
lookup value. And the
Yes.
lookup array
Comma.
is, you select complete table or one column.
Complete table. That is
Complete table, you said?
complete column. That column.
Yeah,
only.
complete column, correct. Correct?
Yeah. Comma 0.
Comma 0.
Answer is 10.
Perfect. When you drag it down, is it working? No.
No.
Why? What you have to lock? I told you what you have to lock here. The range where you are looking is going to be same. So you will lock this range. You'll press enter and you will. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Similarly for name, what you use index, correct? Why? Because you're interested in a value in the cell. Now you tell me, you will go with a complete table or you will go with one table. Yes, I'm waiting. One,
Name only. Name column.
perfect. Why? Because name is always going to come from this particular column. What is the row number? This. Do I need to give a column number if I've selected only one column? When you give a column number, when you have selected multiple columns, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But here you have selected only one column. Do I need to tell him which column? No. I'll press enter. Now, if I have to go to row number 10, I'll give the names here, okay, Divya ma'am, to make you understand.
Yeah.
Sorry. Till here, I have to give the row numbers. I'll say fill CV. Okay. And in my selected data, I have to go to row number 10. This is the row number 10,
Yes.
which is this part. Is he giving the correct answer?
Yes.
Now, only when I'll drag it down, there's a problem. I have to lock this. I have to lock this range. Correct, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Enter. I'll come here. Now it is correct. Now, row number 26. Row number 26 should be Cobus, correct? Now, according
Yes.
to 26, it is there. Can you see?
Yes.
Now you're getting this 26 is not this 28. People get confused. They try and search 26 here. But our 26 is this one. Why? Because in our selected range, 26 number is going to Cobus. Because we left two rows from above. Can you see we left two rows from above? Our rows 1 is from here, whereas the Excel row number 3rd is our row number 1. So this is the only where people get stuck. So 10th row, people will go and search this 10th row. They will say the name is Firefly, but the Excel answer is coming out to be Watson, which is not the selected 10th of our selected range, which we started from here. So starting from here, our first goes to Hackenberg, the second goes to Driftwood, and the 10th goes to Watson. Did you get till here, Divya ma'am? Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Okay, let's do match and index together for department. This time, I do not have match column, but I want to do in the same formula, starting from index. You always have to start from the index. Why? Because you are looking out for a value, not a number. So you'll start with index. And here, if you're looking out for department, I do not know whether person can say I am looking out for name or for something else. So I'll select a complete table. I will select the complete table this time. Correct, Divya ma'am? Going to row number. I doesn't know the row number. I will write a match to get the row number where my lookup value will be this, comma, where he will go and search is here, comma 0. I'll close the bracket, comma. What is my row number? What is my column number? I doesn't know, so I'll use another function called match. In the match, which column you're looking out for? You're looking out for department, where he'll go and search it in this particular. And the match type would be 0. I'll close the bracket, I'll press enter. What I need to lock is I need to lock all the ranges I've selected. I have to lock this. I have to lock this range. I have to lock this range also.
Yes, number 34, part A, 65, part B, block number 6, all of the village. The Taluk, second floor, individual.
I have to lock this Y2 also. Why? Because every time it has to be department. Let me explain you this part also. Are we getting the correct answer? Suppose the 10th is the Watson, his department is IT. His department is sales. So we are getting correct answer. Yes, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Divya ma'am, the formula in the column Y is much more efficient than formula in Excel. Why? Because come here, I'll change it just to name and you see you will get all the names. If I change it to SS hash, he will change it to, sorry, name and department because SS dash is already there. If I change it to name, he will show me all the names. If I change it to department, he will show me all the departments. So this formula is much more dynamic or efficient than the formula in the X column. Did you find it difficult to write this formula, which I wrote in Y column, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's break this formula and let's try to understand what is happening. Okay, ma'am?
Okay.
It is nothing but the formula in the column Y is nothing but the combination of W and X, correct, ma'am? Because W is the match and X is the index. So we just combine match and index together. Okay.
Yes.
Now you will help me, okay, writing the formula which I've written in Y column. I'm starting with is equal to index. Very slowly we will go, ma'am. What is the first argument you can see in the index? He's asking for is array. Yes, Divya ma'am?
Full array, ma'am. Full
Correct.
table.
Now only where people get trouble or they get problem with or they doesn't understand or they find difficulty is how to select an array. Correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you tell me if I'll make the selection from suppose here. Correct?
Yeah.
And I'll select complete data from here. Will my selection be able to tell me that which column is the department?
Second column.
No, that you're reading. Why? Because if you see my selection is starting from Hackenbrush, Sugar, accounting, and the first row, correct?
Yes.
Where the name department you can see. It's one row
Row.
above.
Row.
It's one row above, correct?
Yes.
But you're not including that row in the selection. So will Excel be able to get that where the department is written?
No, it not get.
So that means you have to make your selection from. You get the first part?
Yes, ma'am.
Why I'm including the headers? Because in the index formula, I need to know what I am looking out for from the headers, correct?
Yes.
So I'm selecting my complete data, complete table, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Comma. Now read the next argument is the row number.
Yeah.
Row number is where? Where row number is where that particular serial number, that means 460-05-559 is there, correct?
Yes.
Now, how will Excel come to know that where it is present? So I'll match. You need the position, no, where it is present at number 1 or at number 2.
Yes.
Hmm.
Match we can use, or
These numbers,
phone.
no, the manual, this number also we can use, but what we are doing is inside index only we are clubbing match. We can use this also, but inside index only we are clubbing. So we will write match inside the index. Correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Who you are finding? You're finding this person.
Yeah.
Where you are finding starting from here till end.
Till.
Correct? And the match
Yes.
type is going to be 0. Your job is done for the row number.
Yeah.
Now the next argument is column number. For the column number, again, I'm saying Excel, you go and find it yourself, which column the person is looking out for, where the person is looking out for department. So I selected department, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And where you will search only in the headers. If it is name, then it is column 1. If it is department, it is column 2. And serial number is going to be the lookup value. Comma 0, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You close the bracket, you close the bracket, you press enter.
We need to fix dollar, no?
Yeah, you have to now fix the ranges. Why? Every time you're searching in the same range, you doesn't want ranges to get altered. So you'll fix all the ranges. Now there's one more problem, ma'am. Okay, I'll press, sorry. When I press enter after ranging, still you're not getting the answer. Why?
Why two?
Has to be fixed. Why Y2 has to be fixed? Because every time the person is looking out for the department, he is not going to look out for IT or sales or for accounting, but the person is going to look out for department only. That means that particular cell needs to be fixed too. Correct?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
press enter, I'll drag it down and I get it. You get it, Divya ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You get match, you get index, and you get match and index together. If
Yes,
you
ma'am.
find it difficult to use math and index together, you go it separately. It's okay.
No, previous one it's fine. Like
Yeah, so
index
first you
match.
find,
Yeah.
so,
But this is different. Using a department separate.
yeah, it's okay, it's okay. So first of all, you'll find match, then you'll find index. That you find easier. It's okay. At last, we need the answers. The way you're getting it, the way you're comfortable with, go with that way. It's okay. Can I move ahead, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you do VLOOKUP with me also, Divya ma'am? You did, no? You did VLOOKUP also with me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember VLOOKUP?
Vertical lookup now.
Correct. You remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are going to attain two-way VLOOKUP, which I started in the last session. We achieved it also, but now you are very well versed with math, so you can learn it much more easier. You'll find it much more easier now, ma'am. You'll be able to understand now. So let's do what is happening. Can you see the data? What we have? We have policy. We have expiry, we have location with us, we have state, region, we have value with us. Now, what we have to see for a particular state and for a particular location, I want to see the percentage in urban and rural. What I want to see, suppose in New York urban, what is the percentage? What I want is, ma'am, percentage. Can you tell me NY stands for what? Divya ma'am, in our lookup tables, which is this table,
New York.
I'll just color it, ma'am. One is purple I'm keeping, and one is, ma'am, I'm keeping little orange. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, first of all, you tell me, ma'am, for state NY,
New York.
correct. How you get it, ma'am? You went to which table, purple or pink?
Purple.
Correct. First, you went to purple table. I'm writing. First, we went to purple. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
After that, what you did? You get New York as the answer.
Yes.
Now for urban you want. Now you get the New York. NY stands for New York, correct?
Yes.
And now for urban, what will be the percentage? For New,
5%.
how you get it? You went to which table now?
Orange.
Then you went to search in orange table. We call this as two-way lookup. That means you went and searched the values in two tables parallel. We call it two-way lookup. How to achieve it, ma'am? First, I'll break it in two, then I will merge it and I'll tell you how to write two-way lookup. Or we can call it nested VLOOKUP. Let's do it, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we can't call it nested VLOOKUP, is different. This is two-way lookup. That means first you went to first table, you find out the value and then you go to another table. Okay, let's start it. First of all, you want New York, correct?
Yes.
You'll say VLOOKUP, bracket. What is your lookup value?
NY.
NY, perfect. Comma. Read the next argument. You want table array, correct?
Yes.
Which table, purple or orange?
Purple.
Perfect. You'll select the complete table, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Which index number is your answer, first or second?
Second.
Perfect. Your VLOOKUP is approximate match, exact match.
Yes. 0.
Perfect. You get your answer. That means, can I change it to that I get my state? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
By the time I drag it down, Divya ma'am, I'll see errors are there. Can you remove that errors? How will you remove?
If it's range.
Yeah, what I have to lock, ma'am? T2 to Q11 I have to lock, right?
Yes.
I'll lock it. I'll press enter. Is it working now?
Yes, ma'am.
NH stands for New Hampshire. Your OH stands for OU. Your NY stands for New York. Half job is done, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now for the percentage. I'll say again, VLOOKUP, correct?
Yeah.
What is my VLOOKUP value?
Urban.
No. What will be your lookup value? You're going to enter the orange table.
New York.
Perfect. Comma. What is your table? This complete orange?
Yes.
Perfect. Comma. Now the column index number, you tell me what you will write.
2.
Why? Is it urban for everybody? If you come and see the third row, no, fourth row,
Okay.
it is rural, somewhere it is urban, somewhere it is rural. Tell me what you'll do. Can I say you are switching between these? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, correct?
Yes.
Your answer is always 2 or 3, 2 or 3, 2 or 3.
Can we use plus like here? Is possible?
Can we use plus? No,
No. Okay.
because urban may you can't add anything to urban, correct?
Okay.
There is only one formula in Excel which can return you a number. What is that formula? Which formula tells you position?
Match.
Perfect. You will use that. Who you want to match? This particular you want to match? Where do you want to match? Correct?
Yes.
Now, if it is urban, he will say 2. If it is rural, he will say 3. And the match type is going to be 0. I
Zero.
close the bracket and press enter. Is it 5%?
Uh,
Correct? No? It is 5% for New York.
yes, yes.
Now, only the thing is what you have to log the ranges. You have to log this range. You have to log this range. What else? Do we need to log something else? No. Our job is done. Only you have to change the percentage from to, yeah. And you see, New York in rural. New York in rural is 4.80 and he's giving the correct answer.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to try this on your system and do let me know if you have any doubt, and we'll start with conditional formatting. It's okay. We will take 5 to 7 minutes. It's okay. Take 5-7 minutes and do it, achieve it, and let me know in the chat box once you are done.
Okay, ma'am.
Vaibhav sir, you're there with us. Tejas sir, Vaibhav sir. No, they're not there with us. Only Divya ma'am is there. Okay. Yes, Divya ma'am, you are done.
2 minutes, madam.
Okay, I'm waiting. Okay. You want me to repeat, Divya ma'am? Is there any doubt?
Ma'am, I got an answer, but the dollar, no, that I couldn't fix.
Okay, I'll go back to the sheet. Where you could not fix. Sure.
No, I don't know where to fix.
Can you share your screen? I'll stop sharing mine. You can share your screen.
Can you tell me once again, ma'am?
You're not going to, you can share your screen. I will show it on your screen. Or should I paste the formula in the chat box? You'll try? You can share your screen using that green symbol on the screen. Yeah.
No, it changed now. Anyway, I'll share you.
Okay. Show me. Yeah.
It changed.
Show me the. It's okay. Right is equal to index is, sorry, VLOOKUP. Perfect. Bracket. Correct comma. Correct. Complete table. No, selecting from the headers. VLOOKUP is always from the headers. No. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Comma, match, bracket. The lookup value is going to be, scroll to the left, scroll your sheet to left. Yeah, perfect. Comma, lookup array, the headers only. Correct. Comma, 0, comma, 0. Close the bracket and now lock the ranges. No, lock the ranges first. Oh, N14 to, yeah, N14 to P24, you have to lock. You can select under shortcut key is F4.
F4.
F4, yeah.
Oh, it's not coming.
Function F4, function key plus F4. No, you have, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Same way you have to select N14 to P14. Function F4. Yeah. For M6 also you have to do the same. Yeah. Yeah. Enter. Function F4. Function F4 and press enter. Enter. Yeah. Correct?
yes, ma'am.
Let's go ahead. Stop sharing your screen. I'll share mine with you.
the terms and conditions are okay, wow.
Okay. Now, Divya, we have to go back to our sample superstore sheet. I'll teach you conditional formatting on that data. So you have sample superstore. Come to the sheet sample superstore who are there with us. Please select the sheet sample superstore. We will learn conditional formatting on this data. Have you ever done Divya conditional formatting before?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Conditional formatting is when you are filtering out the data based on some conditions. Suppose I say I am only interested in viewing the data from United States, or I want to highlight the part of data. That means I want to format the part or the subset of the data based on some conditions. Suppose I say the country is United States highlighted. If it is from India, highlighted, or from a particular segment, suppose I say consumer, highlight the data where the segment is consumer. Now, can you see how many segments you can see? First of all, you have to apply filters on the data, Control Shift L. If I want to see how many segments are there, can you see there are consumer, corporate, and home office, correct, ma'am? Yeah. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll apply the conditional formatting on this data where my segment is going to be only consumer. That means I do not want to format the rest of the data, but I only want to format the data where the segment is consumer. This is my condition to format the data. That means it should be, okay, it should be consumer. I'll make it bold. Okay. I'm interested in formatting the data where the segment is consumer. What you'll do for the conditional formatting, first of all, the prerequisite is you will never select a header. If you will select a header before applying the conditional formatting, you will not get appropriate results. So first of all is you want to apply it on segments. So you will select only a segment column leaving the header. You will go to conditional formatting. You will say highlight cell rules. Okay. You will say where the highlight cell rule is equal to, and you will say segment. Sorry, segment is consumer. You will write consumer, Divya ma'am. What formatting you want to give? You want to light red cell, or you want to red text, or you want to give the custom format. That means you want to fill them with the green color, let's see, or the purple color. I'll say okay. Now the formatting will be only applied to the rows where my segment is consumer. I'll say okay. Now if I come down and I see, can you see corporate are not highlighted? Only my segment consumer is highlighted. Now, if I say I want to see the data only from the consumer, now you will get one more option in a filter. Now, what I'm doing is Control Shift L, and I'll come here. You see, I get another option called Filter by Color, which was not available before I applied conditional formatting. So you will select this option. Now you will only view the data which is for consumer. Rest of the data is not there. I want you to apply conditional formatting for a particular class. Let's say for a ship mode standard class. I want you to try conditional formatting for ship mode to be first class. Try it and let me know. Now, one more thing, how to remove the conditional formatting is you have to again go to this tab. You have to go to clear rules and you will save from entire sheet. Now, there is no conditional formatting has been applied to this sheet. I want you to try this conditional formatting. That means you have to format only the rows where the ship mode is first class. Try this one.
Ma'am, one more time repeat, ma'am.
Yeah, what you have to do before conditional formatting, you will never select the header. The header means this yellow row, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You will always select from this part. How to select? You know the shortcut keys, Control Shift right, Control Shift down, and Control backspace.
Okay.
Okay, you'll go to conditional formatting. You will go to highlight cell rules. You will go to equal to, no, one problem is that you have to select that particular column, cancel. You have to only select this ship mode. Why? Because your conditional formatting is going to be applied on a single column, correct? Control Shift down, Control backspace. You go to conditional formatting, select option highlight cell rules, equals to, you have to write first class. Okay, whatever formatting you can apply, custom format. Suppose I want to give border. What kind of border I want to give? Dotted. I want to fill them with, let's say, this color. I want to change the font to bold. Okay, I'll say okay. I'll say okay. Can you see? Only the formatting has been applied to first class. If you want to remove any kind of conditional formatting on your sheet, you have to again go to conditional formatting, clear rules, and you have to select clear rules from entire sheet. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Control Shift L. Now, one more thing is that suppose I do a data validation here for country. How many countries I have? Okay, let's say for consumer. Instead of I will make a data validation for you, Divya. What I'll do is I'll create a data validation for the segments I have. So how many segments I have? I have consumer, I have corporate, I have home office. one thing is you can come here, Control Shift down, Control C. I'll duplicate, Control V. I will remove the duplicates. Okay, go to data, go to tab data, and you will see remove duplicate. Okay, now you have only the unique values. Now I will use these values to validate the data. Do you have idea of removing duplicates, Divya?
What, madam?
You have the idea of removing the duplicates?
Duplicate replace, na? Find and replace.
No, only removing
Find
the
the-
duplicate.
Only.
What I did, Divya, I copied the cell.
Okay.
I copied the cell, Control C, and I pasted it. Okay.
Okay.
Then I went to remove duplicates option, which is this one in the tab data.
Okay.
And I'll say okay. Can you see he removed the duplicates?
Yes.
Okay. Now I will validate the cell. I'll say data. I'll go for data validation where the values are coming from a list which is where this list.
Yeah.
I'll say okay. I get consumer. Now what I want, Divya, what my question is, I want to format this data. I want to format the data with the sample superstore data based on this set. If user is selecting corporate, the data should get formatted based on the segment selected by the user. How to do that is you will select the complete data. This time, Divya, I am doing the complete data, okay?
Okay.
And I'll go again to Home tab, Conditional Formatting, but this time I'm going to New Rule. And I'm using the formula to determine which rules to format. Now I will tell him that which cell to format is where the segment, I will select one segment, Divya, and I'll tell him it should be equal to this. I'll remove the dollar signs. I have to explain each and everything to you. It's okay. And you will not remove this sign and you will say format by filling a color blue. I'll say okay. I'll say okay. Now, if you see, you will see that corporate has been given a color blue. Can you see? Now, if I come here and change it to consumer, consumer will be turned blue. If I select home office will turn blue. Now, for that, you have to first understand that what are these rules. If I say, sorry, the first few rules are highlight cell rules, top bottom rules, data bars, color scales, icon sets, and they have divided in two panes if you see, Divya. The rest are the new rule, clear rules. For that, you have to write your own custom rules. Now let's understand one by one that what are these rules. Now, if you see that when we were talking about the shift mode, I only considered one column. That means I only selected one column. That means the first pane, which is the above pane, in the first pane, you can only highlight the values or you can only format the values from one single column. But in the pane below or the options in the down pane, we can select the complete row and we can format a complete row. Okay, Divya?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go very simple. Did you try that highlight cell rule on your screen?
Didn't try it, ma'am.
You try it, then I'll go ahead because otherwise you'll get confused. You tried only one conditional formatting.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, should I tell you what to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where the say is, where the sales is greater than, let's say, 1000. Okay. So Divya, what you will do, you will first select only the sales column. Okay. Let me first clear all the rules. First, I'll clear all the rules. Now I'm doing what? I'm selecting the sales
Okay.
column, Divya. I'm only selecting the sales column. Wait, I have to clear the rules. Okay. Now what I'm doing is that I'm selecting only the sales column. Okay. I'll go to conditional formatting. I'll go to highlight cell rules. This time I will select the option greater than. Now what my condition is, the sale should be greater than 1000. I will write 1000 and I will let it fill with the light red. I'll say okay. Do you see all the sales which is greater than 1000 gets formatted with red color? So these are the rules which are pre-written. That means you have to just use them. And one are the rules which are the custom rules which you define on your own. Just try one of these conditional formatting, then I'll tell you how to write your own rule.
Okay, ma'am.
Try for profit if you want. Try for profit where the profit is greater than 200. Mm. Yes, Divya ma'am, did you get the result? You're done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay, okay. Did you try top 10 and top? I'll try that also. Okay, ma'am. So I'm removing all the rules from entire sheet. This time I'm looking out for top 10 products which have given me the maximum profit. Okay, ma'am. So what I'll do
Okay.
is I'll select the profit column. Why? Because I'm looking for top 10 profit values. I'll go to conditional formatting. This time I'll go for top. How many top 10 items? I'll color them with green because they are the top 10. I'll color them with green. I'll say, can you see, ma'am? See. Here, I'll just show you the top 10. I'll come here and I'll say filtered by color. Can you see how many values are there?
10.
I'll start from 1. Sorry, because they are filtered out. No, it's okay. So count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many values you can see? 10. These are the top 10 values which has given you maximum profit.
Okay.
So these are how you can use these pre-written rules from your data. I'm clearing my rules from the entire sheet. Okay. And I will remove the filter. Correct? Now, if you see in these rules, you can highlight only a particular cell. Correct? Now, what
Yes,
if I
ma'am.
say I want to highlight a complete row? I'm not interested in highlighting or formatting a particular column, the cells in a particular column, but all the cells in a row. How will you achieve it? For that, you select the complete data. Without headers, you go to conditional formatting. Now you will use the second pane, which is the new row. Now, what is your condition? Suppose I want to highlight only from a particular category. Suppose I want to calculate where my subcategory is equal to chairs. What I'm highlighting, ma'am, where my subcategory is chairs. Now read the line, ma'am, what I have written. I've selected a cell R5, correct? I'm checking if the selected cell is chairs or not. What he'll give me answer, true or false?
False.
Correct. Now, what do you mean by locking, ma'am? That means always he's going to check R5. He's never going to check R6, R7, R8, correct?
Yes.
I want him to check everything. That means every row. So I'll remove this dollar sign, ma'am. Why? Because I want him to check R5, after R5, R6, R7, R8. So I remove a dollar sign. Now he will check each and every subcategory if it is a chairs or not, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Wherever it is chair, I want to format with a pink color. Let's say, okay. Now I'll say, okay. Can you see now a complete row is getting highlighted. Only for chairs.
Yeah.
Now I can come here and I filter by color. I will only see the data for chairs. Here, this way you can remove the filters also. I remove the filters. Did you get the conditional formatting?
Yes, ma'am.
There are two more things in the conditional formatting. I think we should continue it in the next class. I'll teach you advanced conditional formatting where you have to format the data with regard to date and how we applied it with the data validation. That will continue in the next class. If you have any doubt in today's session from match index,
No, ma'am. All clear.
all clear, no? I appreciate your time and participation, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, participants. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. Thank you.